Package time. Hey guys, welcome to Jacktastic PCs, and today we're going to be unboxing and checking out the Tec Bean 4K action camera. So let's go ahead and start the unboxing. Alright, and so here's the camera. You can see on the box it says 4K and Tec Bean. It has a GoPro form factor, and it comes with a bunch of accessories, so we're going to go ahead and check that out. Cut it like this, question mark. Yeah, there we go. And now from this side. I've been trying to get better at not destroying the packaging for everything, because I could, and it wouldn't matter. Alright, so, it comes in this like brown cardboard packaging, which is presumably to save money. We're going to start over here because I assume this is where the camera isn't. And every major unboxer knows to, you know, not unbox the main thing first. We got this little manual, which has all the options. What's really cool about this is it actually has a little display, which a lot of GoPros and other action cameras don't. So it comes with a shit ton of accessories. We've got some helmet mounts, we've got some cleaning utilities, as well as some double-sided adhesive, more and more mounts. We've got this, I believe it's called the bicycle frame mount, and this just can attach to your bicycle. We have the stationary mount. All of these come nicely packaged. They all feel very nice, all GoPro quality, which is nice. This is a nice clamp mount. Then we've got a regular, this is like a bike helmet mount. In a little bit, we'll be doing some test footage in both 4K at whatever the highest frame rate is and 1080p at whatever the highest frame rate is on top of my airsoft camera outside, or on top of my airsoft helmet outside. We've got a strap, we've got a battery. This actually comes with two. We've got an extension arm. We've got two mounting brackets, another extension arm. This one is to tilt to the side. And then we have half of the casing and a third extension arm, as well as a USB cable. This is micro USB for attaching to the camera. And then we have another bigger manual, presumably, yes, in multiple languages. So, back half of the camera is there, or the shell. And then in here is the actual camera, I presume, or at least I'd hope. So, a little bit of foam, and here is the camera, all inside the mount. Okay, so I understand. So this is a different backing for use with the strap. And this is the regular back. It comes all packaged inside this. So we're going to go ahead and get this out of its case. Oh, wow, this is really water sealed. This is definitely waterproof. I believe it's set up to like 40 feet or something like that. I'll note on screen if I'm incorrect. So we have the camera here. There's a little piece of plastic to protect the lens in transport. Okay, and so here we have the camera. We'll just do a little physical tour again. So we have the front lens element, Tec Bean logo, or name, and it's not really much of a logo. The 4K, rating, so you know it shoots 4K. We've got the power button, as well as the mode changing button. On this side we have two select buttons. These allow you to go up and down through the menus. Up here we have the OK button and the indicator LED. And then over here on this side we have the SD card slot. I have a micro SD card already in there. We have the mini HDMI and the micro USB. So let's go ahead and power this baby on. Alright, so that little power LED comes on. Then you see the Tec Bean screen. It makes a little sound from the speaker over here. And so this is what I see. So let me just go ahead and adjust this so that it's a little bit darker, but you guys can see the screen. So the screen is nice and bright. It looks pretty good. The viewing angles are not great, however. This is a really wide-angle lens, so there is a lot of distortion in it. But let's go through the menu really quick. So it starts off on the video, then it goes to photo, then it goes to slow-mo, which is by default 720p 90 FPS. Then it goes to play, and then you have your menu, so you just click this. And then you can go through. There's a ton of settings that allow you to shoot up to 4K 30 FPS, 2.7K 30 FPS. So I'm going to select 4K. You can record sound or not, time-lapse modes, loop recording, slow motion, so on and so forth. So I'll definitely be doing some slow motion and time lapse with this. Photo resolution you can change. It goes up to 16 megapixels, which is pretty impressive. You can adjust exposure manually, so you can go +3 stops or -3 stops like most cameras. You can manually adjust your white balance. You can enable Wi-Fi, image rotation, driving mode, which I'm not sure what that is. You can manually set the light source, so if you're in like United Kingdom or something like that, their lights are at 50 hertz. In the United States, ours are at 60 hertz, so I set it to 60 hertz. We have the LED indicator up top, which you can enable or disable, the auto screensaver, the auto shutdown, the time watermark, which by default is on, so I turn that off. And then you can change language, date, time, you can format your SD card, reset the camera to factory settings, and then your firmware version. And then you're allowed to exit. So I'm going to go ahead, bring this outside, and we're going to do some recording. So let's do that.
You know how stupid it looks when you try to look at the camera like that?
Alright guys, so now we're outside and I've got the GoPro on, it's recording. I'm going to fire some shots with my airsoft gun, we're going to see how it looks. Next Tuesday I'm going to be playing some airsoft at an actual place, so, you know, we'll get some real life clips. But I'm going to step out, it's currently raining, this is in the waterproof housing. Now you should be hearing... Okay, and so that was 4K 30 FPS, go ahead. Alright, and so now we have the camera running at 1080p 60 FPS, so let's go ahead, take some more shots, see how this looks. I'm anticipating that 1080p 60 FPS will look dramatically better. Perhaps not as clear, but it should definitely look a lot better. And so... yeah, this thing's pretty great. We'll go ahead, we'll get a couple shots of the slow motion now. Alright, and so now this is 720p, 90 FPS. We're going to go ahead, we're going to do a couple more shots into this water here so that I can slow it down in post. Hopefully the framing's alright. So hopefully that looked pretty cool, and it gives you a representation of what it looked like. I'm going to take it off my head now, and we're going to do some photography, 16 megapixels, which should give us like a decent 4K image, so let's do that. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the photos. So in the video that you guys will have just seen a moment ago, when it comes to the video, I was looking for dynamic contrast, sharpness, and color reproduction. The contrast is not too bad, however, whites can get easily blown out, so if you're taking a photo in shadows, it's going to be absolutely gone. You can tell that from this photo of Ryan here recording with the helmet on his head, so I didn't look like a dunce without the camera there. Also, the video outside was recorded on Pixel, if you didn't know. And then the pool and the White House directly behind him just absolutely blown out, but that's because it's trying to focus on him. And from what I can tell on this, it's center-weighted metering, so it's going to expose for the center of the frame. So if you're shooting in shadows, don't have your person be standing off-center, one, because it's going to get distorted, and two, because they're not going to be properly exposed. My brother's loud. Anyways, so now moving on to this photo, this was taken directly of the sky. You can't see any detail in the clouds. Granted, this is a cloudy day, and with most cameras you wouldn't be able to see much detail in the clouds, but it did a surprisingly good job of capturing detail in the land and preserving the shadows, so I was pretty impressed with that. Moving on to the photo of the grill, it appears the minimum focusing distance, if you're going to try and get close-up photos with this camera for some reason, is about 11 inches. The handle for the grill was probably only like 6 to 8 inches away from the camera, and it's completely out of focus, but about a foot away almost, it's in focus, so that's what I would do. Same goes for this pipe. I didn't know, or the propane tank, I didn't know this was going to be out of focus, but the background is pretty sharp in focus, the greens look good, and all the colors are represented pretty decently there. Last but not least, this photo of the grass. The grass is this green in real life. Something I am noticing, though, is especially along the outsides, there is a lot of chromatic aberration. That's the purpley stuff around that white fluff you can see there. And so, other than that, the image looks mostly pretty good. I wouldn't use this to replace a DSLR, obviously, or even just a regular point and shoot or your cell phone camera, but if you are taking a quick photo with this, it will do. And so, conclusion time. How do I feel about the Tec Bean 4K action camera? It's awesome. I really like it. It's a really good value. It's $60. And so, I would recommend this to anyone who's looking for something like a GoPro, because this is exactly like a GoPro. It's even compatible with other GoPro products. Not batteries, however. I looked that up. But you're not looking to spend GoPro money, because this is the same quality as something like a Hero 2 Silver, or perhaps even a Hero 2 Black. I have used both of those cameras, so I know it from experience. And not only do you get a camera that can additionally shoot 4K, unlike those other cameras, but you also get a butt ton of accessories. So the accessories alone almost make this package entirely worth it. And you get a camera that can do time-lapse, slow motion video, 4K video, 1080p 60, and take pretty okay photos. So overall, I'm impressed with this camera, and I definitely recommend it. I didn't know how I would feel about it, but I do like it, and I think it is an excellent buy. If you're in the neighborhood looking for cameras, specifically a GoPro sort of camera, this is definitely a great value, and I definitely recommend you buy it. That's all for this video, guys. If you liked it, drop a like down below. If you didn't like it, drop a dislike. And if you really did, tell me why in a comment. Tell me what you'd like to see in a future video. Make sure to hit subscribe and that little notification icon so you get notified whenever I upload a video. And until next time, peace out.